Hello everybody and welcome to uShader to introduce tutorial. This will be a short video, but after that you'll clarify how to start the work with uShader and what is the main feature of this editor. For start, let's call in our launcher. First that you will see is your last called projects. This is a list. You can click on everyone and it will call. In right part of this window you will show our main products with discounts or product on our partners, so it will be save your wallet. If you are beginning in uShader, you must be noticed on this red book. This is a base construction in uShader. After starting every of these projects, you will show on the example of algorithm, and after then you will be able to copy it to your own project. So next up is a create tab. This you can see the library of the presets. Some of these presets require the paid licenses, like Indie or Pro. All list you can find on our website. In top you see the clear project. You need to call this presets if you don't want to use any of listed. Let's try to create our own first project on uShader to start with this specular workflow PBS. Now it creating the first compiling. Yes, now it's load. We can see an our material from the preset. We can zoom it by double click. This is called the big preview. There you can see the auto bottom. If it enabled, this preview material will be animated if you use the time node. So let's do something special with this project. At first, let's create the target mesh. This will be in our chair. Now you see that this is material something broken, but this is just a start. Let's disable an alpha mode. It will not require to us in this case. Remove the alpha and emission. And remove emission. So now we need to add another main texture. It's already predefined by this preset, so let's call and select another texture chair. It will be automatically load to another texture node, and as you can see we can see the result on albedo channel. Also we see the normal output, and all of these steps we can call on every of the nodes with RGBA or RGB outputs. Let's call now a main, and we see something like this. Now we got the result. It's not very beautiful at the moment. Let's create more detailed normal mapping. For this we must use the different tiling. Let's create the text court, custom text course, and select an SUV2 and connect it to normal mapping. Now it will be processing. This is processing take too more time because we enable the screencast This will be work more faster in your without skin capture. So let's create the more detailed tiling to 3, and now we see that our normal map is more detailed. Let's add the other main tint. Enable it to a red, and let's change the specular for more for low glossy and more emissive. It's too strange. Let's call more gray color. Something not suitable to us. So let's create another specular. We will use the main like a map. And now we see more realistic PBS chair. The color, as you can understand, can be selected by you as a textures, channels, all in your hands. So let's talk about main features for handy using of editor. This you can see the scroll slider. You also can use the control and scroll wheel for scaling of your canvas. Also, you can see the 3 pipelines on this top of left panel. All of these pipelines describe the main calculations threads of your shader. After compilation, it's a light, custom light, vertex and surface. Light, as you can see, disabled if you use project mode PBR, metallic, specular or blend font and require only a custom. So it's not suitable to us in this moment. About a preview, you can select the themes that more suitable to your current color space or model. Also, every of this preview you can roll as you want. For selecting the groups of the nodes, you can press the Ctrl and left mouse button and hold it. After selecting, you can press on every clear space on every node and move it to a target. Pressing the delete will remove all of this node. So, how to create the new node? For this, you can press the right mouse button on canvas, and there you see the menu of tabs. Every of these contain the different nodes. For more usable search, you can see the field on the top. Let's find as example the texture node. This is the first. As you can see, they are described the T button as hotkey. Shift T, this is buttons bind to a menu of the main nodes for your comfort and handling using. So now we select the texture node and we see that this had not highlighted by a yellow border. If we move our mouse on it, above it, we will see the message. Texture is not selected. After this, we must select some on each in this drop-down list. If you're not has any texture on this list, it will disable it. You need to go into the input variables, texture tab, select the add new, and now it will available in this node. Select the textures and let's try to rename it. Call it as detail, and now it was renamed on it. Let's create some algorithm with it. We will be multiply it with our main channel, call by hotkey of y our multiplication node and connect it to it. Now result will not show because we not selected any texture. Let's try to add something. Something like it. And after compilation, we will see the result with blended channels. Something going wrong. Okay. There's no noticeable result because we use a very glossed material. So let's for example, disable the specular smoothness of this. Will not require on this moment. And let's disable the main tint. So now you see the more noticeable result. This will add the purple on the side and red on the back. This is texture has the same chords like a main, so you can see how what the part of the textures has additive tint. So let's create the dark theme and let's talk about settings. In settings, you can call another main style like light. This can be suitable for you if you use the light editor gem. And this is more positive. So maybe you will like it more than any of other. About this is control panel. You can see the home button. Home button also have a hotkey by H. This will be move you to a first or main on this moment node. This usable if you move your canvas in high space from Sol main group. You can press this button and you will move to it. Also you see the 4 buttons. It's a main buttons. You can move your mouse above it and you will see the tooltips. This first button will compile your shader do a material a shader of Unity. You require to do this when you're seeing that your project created and you want to move it to your game. This button and F5 hotkey is just a fast save. Second is save as, and the load project. In the right part, you see the shader model that's required for a shader. The more detail about what platforms support your shader model you can find on internet. This is not a constant. Technologies of any platform is moving to forward, so look on it on NVIDIA, or Wikipedia, or Unity. Let's see on project configs. There you can see a project mode, we already talked about it, and there's you can see the titles of your project. Project name, this is the default name where that will be saved a project file that will be using in uShader. Shader title is a directory of materials that you will see on this list. This slash creating the subtabs in this list. Other tabs, this is more advanced options, and we will talk in other tutorials by uShader. This is not a main features for you at the moment, so subscribe on our channel and see you later.